Millions of Brits face morning and evening power cuts this winter under the government's reasonable worst-case scenario. Yes, the technocrats are telling us that we may have to endure energy rationing, which they've been demanding for years anyway to save the planet. Because Putin bad. The Times reports a minister said the briefing suggested that electricity could have to be rationed for up to 6 million homes at the start of next year, mostly at peaks in the morning and evening. The curbs could last more than a month, causing energy prices to rise again and leaving GDP lower than forecast for years to come. The government spokesperson thanked a £90 billion investment in renewable green energy for the UK not being dependent on Russian energy exports. Wait, hang on. If green energy is going to protect us from the worst impact of Russia cutting off supplies, why are they telling us we're going to have to endure rolling blackouts? Could it be because green energy is totally inadequate in meeting the country's needs? Is this a foretaste of the government's promise to power every home in the UK using wind turbines by the end of the decade? Difference being the power may randomly be switched off from time to time because demand outstrips supply. Isn't it interesting how the invasion of Ukraine suddenly became a justifiable excuse for energy blackouts, thereby providing globalist control freaks with the perfect scapegoat for what they'd planned all along? We were told corona lockdowns were a precursor to climate lockdowns, which were then imposed in some countries while the media and fact checkers claimed they didn't exist. We were told runaway inflation, which was already ramping up way before the invasion of Ukraine, was because of the invasion of Ukraine. We've been socially engineered to accept the inevitability of lower living standards. We were told a climate change tax and rationing may have to be imposed on meat to stop global warming. The World Economic Forum gushed at the prospect of how people could be conditioned to get used to the idea of eating weeds, bugs, and drinking sewage water in order to reduce CO2 emissions. The technocrats have for years been telling us to get ready to eat the bugs. Now the cost of living crisis is causing the price of meat and numerous other foodstuffs to soar, leaving many people broke and with no choice but to impose the rationing on themselves. Everything the technocrats wanted for years but couldn't find a reasonable excuse to impose is now being imposed after they found a reasonable excuse. Yeah, all this just suddenly became a crisis because Vladimir Putin bad. Give me a break. To get exclusive content, early access, behind the scenes stuff, and to personally interact with me, please sign up for my community at pauljosephwatson.locals.com. Link in description, and thank you for your generous support.